Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, Eddie Marcus here again. Just so you will know, we are no closer to bringing the racists together today after George Floyd's murder, a sign from the heavenly bodies to the world of where we lived and how we were controlled and manipulated by evil. We're no closer. In fact, what we seem to have done is drawn it to a peak where it is at its obvious highest point. Right now, it's at a point of busting loose or changing. Well, my hope is in change, and that's what I advocate for, change. But I'm talking about change that is real. You know, after George Floyd was murdered, people started talking about making some changes. They didn't start talking about taking some of the money away from police and redirecting it to other sources that those people who might have been victimized by a failed system might get an opportunity to have a system more directed toward dealing with the problems at hand. But that seems to be causing problems. And I say we're talking about defunding the police. You say the guns are going off and sirens are going off every night, and people are tired of hearing these things. And so they want to take more money perhaps from other agencies and put it in the police, because this police is what they are protecting. They are protecting what is important to the people. And what is that? That is property, not the people. Not the people. This is why when the people protest, they say peaceful protest with a sign, stopping, standing up, making your statements, and the news media give you some attention. It's appropriate. But when you decide that that has not worked and you got to take it a little bit further, you start tearing up property, then you get a chance to see what the people really care about. They bring out the National Guard. They get the president who's ready to militarize he just want to do martial law. Protect property. Why? Because you don't matter. This is the same thing that the president is showing the country this time, when this virus killing thousands and thousands of people. The president is not concerned about that. He's concerned about property, making money. To hell with the people dying. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is happening with the virus and the way the president, the Republican Party, and those who follow Trump is the same way that this cop had his knee on George Floyd's neck. It doesn't matter. Doesn't any of that stuff matter? And don't you think for 1 minute that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, as though we think it's a step up from Trump, is going to do anything to rid these problems. My friends, these problems are evil, and they can only be dealt with by love. And the only source of love is God. It's not me. It travels through me, but it's not me. It travels through you, but it's not you. So in order for you to be able to express some love, it got to come from the source, which is God. And it's God's love moving through us, which straighten these people out. It'll straighten them out by us ignoring them, giving them no attention, and going straight ahead doing the will of God. And what is that? That is making sure that all of the people that are not crazy, all of the people who have found some reason, one way or another, to not be as brainwashed. And at the same time, all of the people that are brainwashed. We got to be able to satisfy all concerns that are common amongst us, like food, clothing, shelter, education, health care, infrastructure, and all of the things we can imagine, and only can be done by those who benefit from them, and they are the people. And so that means that the people can engage themselves in meaningful employment, careers of choice that gives them their greatest joy, and all of the things that you want are made manifest by you. You got part ownership in, and you don't have to borrow a nickel, you don't have to owe a dime, pay a fine, you don't have to do any of that stuff. Why? Because it's yours. You don't have to rob and steal and kill, sell drugs and all, prostitute, none of gamble, none of that stuff. Why? Because you got what you want and a job that makes your life wonderful. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I say to you, what's wrong with that? The only thing wrong with that is that evil can't see that. And right now, as far as I can understand, I'm the only one. I know I'm not, but as far as I can see, I'm the only one representing this. And to this extent, it really has no impact. It has no power, because if it did, somebody would be trying to kill me. Ain't nobody trying to kill me. So that means What do I have to do? What buildings do I have to burn? Well, love don't burn buildings. Love just stand up. And so when I stand up, what does love say? Love says that all of America, in one form or fashion, supports this evil system. Now you say, well, I'm standing up against the way they treat gays. I'm standing up against the way they treat blacks. I'm standing up against the way they treat the sick folk. Why you split yourself up like that? Why do you split yourself up like that? Do you know that every time you stand up for this and that, you're still divided? Why don't you stand up for what is right? Stand up for righteousness. And what does that mean? It means that none of these things, the sick, the blacks, and all of these problems, none of them got the right to continue to exist. So you stand up speaking one voice, righteousness against this evil. Righteousness against this evil, ladies and gentlemen. And you'll have your health care, you'll have your education, you'll have your homes, you'll have them decorated like you want, you'll have the transportation you want, you'll have peace and prosperity and freedom and joy and the fulfillment of your dreams. What's wrong with that? You mean to tell me you like Donald Trump better than that? You senators, you like power with messing over people better than this I just shared with you? You people out there who think that you own this land and you ready to go and kill people. You that you're willing to kill people, is it better than what I've just articulated to you? And those of you who are sitting around waiting, trying to see what the end gonna be, is waiting on the end better than telling and getting you involved in what can happen now? And those of you who are going to church waiting for somebody to come out the clouds to help you, how long have you been waiting? Ever since he went up. And so you just gonna sit and sit? Don't you think that you might be a little bit wrong? If you can receive that power some other kind of way by allowing it to come to you. See, don't be so selfish to think that that power walked out thousands of years on others and gonna come back for you. Why does that power love you more than them? And if not, then didn't come back for them, it come back for you. You got your message kind of flipped. You better script that, rescript that. Maybe he's saying, if you believe, then walk into my shoes. Walking in my shoes. Thank you.